Hi everyone, this is Paul Fouché, Chief Investment Officer at New Road Capital, just giving you your May market update. So if you look at the month of May, pretty positive month for all asset classes, both locally and globally. So if we look at equities, first of all, local equities, up quite strongly up towards the sort of middle of May, up over 4% for the month, but then did start to retreat a little bit just before the elections, but still for the month of May, you had the local market up 1%, so still a good month for our local market. If you look at MSCI World, which is your developed markets, up about 4.5% in dollar terms, so that was fantastic. Really helped with the performance of our funds through the month. And then emerging markets are up about 0.6% for the month. So all across the board, positive for equity markets. And considering, we were sort of, everyone knew we had an election towards the end of the month, to still finish positive in the equity market, I think was quite good. If you look at inflation, so inflation numbers out of the US started to sort of start decreasing again, which is a good sign. So if you look at core inflation sitting at about 3.6%, and then headline inflation at about 3.4%. Obviously, headline inflation including food and energy prices as well, which are a little bit more cyclical. So sort of they were sort of if you looked at headline inflation, sort of the last few prints before that on an upward trend, but reversed that again and started trending downwards again. Core inflation been continuously trending downwards for a while now, so it looks like inflation still under control. If we look at inflation as well, so our inflation number came in at 5.2% from 5.4% previously. So if you look at our band of 3 to 6% target, kind of more or less in the middle there. Core inflation sitting at 4.6%, so positive on that side. The rand dollar exchange rate pretty volatile through the month. The rand actually strengthened quite a bit for the first 2/3 of the month, and then started to weaken again. But if you look from a net basis on a month-over-month basis, fairly flat actually for the month. And considering we were going into an election, pretty not much movement in the rand dollar actually before the election happened. And then ALBI total return coming in, so that's our local bonds coming in at just under 0.8% for the month, so very positive. Good market for bonds, or good month for bonds. And then also offshore bonds up about 0.8% in dollars. So across the board, really good returns for the month. Funds performed very well throughout the month as well. Just a note on the election maybe. So obviously I'm sending this voice note now on Monday the 3rd of June. So the IEC official vote count is in. Everyone's kind of aware of what's going on. If you just look at market reactions this morning, not huge reactions. So if you look at our local equity market, it's up just over 1%. So obviously positive, but nothing crazy. It's not up 4 or 5%. But you could, I think the market would probably take this as a good sign. It's a fairly good outcome. Obviously, there's still a lot of uncertainty over what happens in terms of potential agreements and coalitions. It's something we're watching closely. But if you look at the moment and what the market thinks, just off the initial information, fairly positive. So yeah, the market's up about just over 1%. The rand has actually been quite strong, so it's strengthening against all the major currencies this morning. As I say, not crazily so, but it's about, I think, 0.8% about strengthening against the pound at the moment. About, I think, around 0.5% against the dollar. So looking pretty good there. And then our local bonds also rallying this morning. So local bonds, those yields are coming down nicely. I think on the 20-year, yields are sitting at about 13.1, 13.2%. They've rallied up, they're currently sitting at about 13%. So that's quite a strong rally on the long-term bonds, but really across the board, the local bond market has been rallying. So we'll obviously keep monitoring what happens with, any potential agreements and coalitions and things like that. But for now, our markets seem to be reacting fairly well to the news, and also coming into the election, as I say, a positive environment during the month of May in our markets. So yeah, I hope this helps. Obviously, if there's any major news, we will obviously send out any voice notes if we need to. But yeah, so far so good. And all else being equal, we will contact you at the beginning of July again to talk about what's happened in June. But until then, all the best. As always, don't hesitate to contact me or any of the team, and we'll be gladly able to assist you. All the best. Enjoy the month. Bye.